one guy, one camera. Unfortunately, this is what you get. I still don't know what to do with my hands. There we go. All right, so we're starting this video from the front of the truck today. And it might seem to be awfully bright. That's because it is. Well, for me it is. Staring right at the sun. So, I came up to review a Rossi Brawler that I bought. Little 410 break open single shot shotgun that I'm going to pull out in just a second. But, I built a range today up here on my dad's land. Hopefully he lets me keep targets up so I don't have to tear them down every time. But, anyhow, I'll show more of that here in a minute. But Rossi Brawler, this thing is a little 410. It's got a break open right there. This little single shot pistol. Let's see, got it dirty already. Now let's talk. Got a hammer, single shot, just like your standard single action pistol. Pull the hammer, pull the trigger. Single action. Goes off of how many actions the trigger performs, not the hammer. I know that's always up for debate. If you want my opinion, I've mentioned it before in another video. Double action pistols, the trigger performs 2 actions. You pull the trigger, it cocks the hammer, and the hammer goes forward. Single action, you gotta pull the hammer back yourself and then pull the trigger. So, got a little push button safety right here. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. You got safe, fire, safe, doesn't even let you pull the hammer back. Fire, pull the hammer back, put it on safe with the hammer back, it only goes forward just a little bit. Trigger still releases, but you can still reset it, put it back on fire, and you're good to go. So, I got a couple of targets I want to set up with this. I got some clays to see how accurate it is. I got those set up on a stand target that's pretty cool. I'll show you what that looks like. Let that sun get a little higher in the air so you guys don't have to stare at the sun like I am right now, because that doesn't make for a very good video, I don't think. It's got a Picatinny rail on it. You can put a sight on here. I opted not to because I want to give the irons on this a try. We'll show you what those look like. I'll get the hammer out of the way. I don't know. Let's see, I line that up best I can. Hopefully it comes through good. But you see what the irons look like. So, with that, I'm also standing on the hill, which is dumb. Anyhow, with that, this is what we're going to be looking at today. And I'm going to show you what ammo we got for it. You can get some pretty cool ammo for this too. Give me just a minute, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. That took a little longer than I expected. So, I got some Hornady Critical Defense in 410. So, looking forward to seeing what that looks like. Also, we're going to try out some Remington Ultimate Defense. That's buckshot. And then we just got your standard, 7.5 shot right here. Federal Top Gun. Well, we'll see what happens with it. I got some interesting targets. I didn't get anything fruit-wise like I wanted. I wanted to blow up some fruit, but again, I said this before in the last video, that's harder to come by than you would expect. So, I got some other targets, some bowling pins, some targets, clay pigeons, things like that. So, anyhow, hope you guys enjoy this. Tell me what you think about this little pistol. What do you think it'd be good for? Leave it in the comments. And like always, like and subscribe, and let's get to shooting. So I'm just going to throw this out there. It's probably one of the better ranges I've ever had to be at or built or any of that good stuff. Not only do I get to shoot targets, I'm still waiting on the sun to get a little higher so you guys aren't staring at the sun while I'm making this video, but I get to shoot gophers on the side while I wait. It's pretty entertaining. I just wish I would have brought the 22. that would have made this even more fun. Don't mind me, I'm grabbing a couple of things real quick. Not real sure what that was. Get rid of that. But, will you stand right there? There you go. Like I said, not only that, but I get to shoot gophers. And I want to put video of me shooting gophers up, but I'm also not sure how YouTube likes that kind of thing. So, until I find out, I might throw one or two on here just for the funsies of it. But once, like I said, that sun gets a little higher, we will, oh God, get going on shooting this little brawler and go from there. All right, you guys have a good one. We'll chat with you in a minute. Okay, I decided we're going to give this a try. Let me get some Air Pro on. Oh God, there's that sun. Anyhow, let me get some Air Pro on. We're going to try to give some shots off and see how it plays out. If not, I'll film it again. So, we're going to start with just your standard 7.5 shot. Now follow me. I got 3 bowling pins lined up out here. So, what we're going to do is we're going to take all 3 rounds that I have, see how they react differently on each one of these bowling pins. Now, let's see here. Can I get the table in? There's the table. All right, let's see what this looks like. I got both of them, I guess. That thing's got a little bit more punch than I expected. Let me get you out of the sun again. All right, anyhow, we'll move on to the next round. See how far this thing ejects out. That's pretty cool. Now, we're gonna go to the buckshot. Put her on safe real quick. We'll go set this bowling pin up that wasn't supposed to fall over, but did anyways. Bear with me. There we go. All right, now we're gonna walk back out here. Oh, that's why the hammer won't go back. Safety was on. I wish this screen would stay on so I could see if I have this table on film. Here we go. That hit way harder. I might have to put my shooting gloves on. This is starting to hurt. Bear with me. That's fun. All right, so now try one of these critical defense rounds. We'll go out here, set up our next bowling pin. Oh wait, don't need to set it up. What am I thinking? I do want to put this ball back on the table. All right, hopefully this works. If not, I'll refilm it once the sun gets higher. It's kind of hard. One guy, one camera. Unfortunately, this is what you get. So, let's see how this home defense round works. And I'm gonna assume table's in sight. That's got some hefty punch to it. Like I said, shooting gloves might be what I need. Anyhow, let's walk out here. So this first bowling pin, yep, pretty much what I expected. You guys could see that. That's just your regular old 7.5 shot. And then this one right here, that one right there was the buckshot. And this one over here, let's see, this was the home defense round. That looks like it did way more damage than the buckshot. Did I get these two mixed up? What do you guys think? How about we do this? I do one more round. I'll take that guy out of the picture. And we'll set this guy up right here. He's gonna be our I'll do double on the right, home defense on the left, and see if I got them mixed up. And I'm kind of bummed. I shot my brand new table already. Oh well, that's what I bought it for, is to shoot at it. Can't expect it to go unscathed this whole time. All right, let's get a couple more rounds in these. This time I'm gonna put my gloves on. But I tell you what, I said it a while ago, this is probably the coolest range I've built. One of the prettiest spots. The only downside to this spot is I can't use it during the winter because we get a lot of snow up here and it's a pain in the ass to get to. But since I got it set up for the summertime, I'm going to try to do this once every couple of weeks. So again, we'll start with the buckshot. I'll do it on the right side. And I really hope this is coming through good on your guys' end. So, here we go. Get that table where I hope it's in frame. Okay. Now let's get that home defense round and shoot the other one and see if I mixed them up. Because I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if I would have done such a thing. All right, so here we go. Get the table hopefully in frame. I gotta figure out how to get this camera to work. There we go. Somehow, I knocked one of my clay pigeons off at the same time. Pretty neat. So, I'll set this down over here. Let's go see what they look like. That's the one I put on the floor. Should have really paid attention to where these old girls landed. That one looks like I threw a freaking bird shot at it. Ugh. Did I grab the wrong one? I'm terrible at this game, I really am. Because I think I hit that one with freaking birdshot, and then this one with the pellets. The birdshot, buckshot, that's what I'm trying to say. I'll edit as much of this crap out as I can. Alright, I'm going to hit this one more time. But I want to try to use the right round this time. It'll make me sad if that's what I did. No, that's not what I did. Why did that look like birdshot? Yeah, because I've only shot maybe 2 out of that box. Anyhow, let me block the sun for you for a second. I'm going to get one more of each. That one's the buckshot for sure. I want to do this one more time because I just need to for my own sake. Okay, hopefully that table is in frame. Find out in post-op, I guess. All right, let's go look at that and see what it looks like. I want to know for a fact. Oh, wow. It's like a little disc. Look at that. You guys see that sticking out of there? It's kind of neat. Wow. Okay. Will it stand still? There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to these little balls here. You see, these are those reactive targets. Supposed to be self-healing or whatever the case is. But what I'm going to do, same thing. I'm going to load up a buckshot and a critical home defense and see how far we can launch those, because I think that'll be kind of entertaining for what it is. We'll start with the buckshot. Sorry about the sun, guys. I need to come back in the afternoon when I'm doing this part of the range. So, yeah, I'll figure it out. I might take a couple more shots and see if I can get that sun to get a little higher and finish this video up. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try and make sure you guys are seeing that table. Then we'll hit the one on the left first. Can you guys see that all right, I hope? That was fairly disappointing. Now, do the same thing. See if we can get how far that home defense round will send it. And what I'll do is I'll review this footage on my phone so I can see what it looks like while I'm waiting for that sun to go up, and go from there. But for right now, let's see how this looks. Make sure I got that table. This is the home defense. Something flew back at me and I'm not sure what. Wonder if it was a chunky table. Huh. See where I hit it. Let's review the footage and see. So, what we'll do, we'll grab another home defense round. Try that again. Set back a little further this time, just in case. All right, you ready? I'll try this one more time. Hopefully that table's in for you. I'm actually kind of surprised at how little that moved. Maybe we'll try some point blank rounds here in a little bit. Anyhow, I also brought some more shockwave home defense rounds in the shorty shells, which I thought was pretty interesting. Knocked the corner off, set it back up again. How about this one? Oh yeah, you can see where buckshot got in there. Buckshot. Huh. Kind of cool. But anyways, I'm gonna clock off, review this footage, see if it worked out. And yeah, see you in a minute. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and film, even though that sun's not as high as I'd like. I'm gonna have to charge this camera here in a minute. Used it a bit more than usual and killed the battery on it. So I need 2 hands for this. What we're gonna do, I'm gonna take a shorty, just a regular, what are these? So it's an 8-shot, one of the little shorty 12 gauges. And then I got some personal defense in the shorty 12 gauge. So I'm gonna pop one of these open and we're gonna shoot the bowling pins with them. I'm curious to see the difference between these 2 rounds, just like I always am. So first thing I'll put in right there. So we'll put the shorty home defense in, and then we'll put the 8-shot in. So that's what we get first, is the 8-shot. We're going to hit the bowling pins with it and see how they react. Hopefully everything's on camera. Show this to you. Way more damage with that little shorty 12 gauge. That was the 8-shot. Just put that guy right there. That isn't bad. If you guys could see that. Well, that was fun. So, do what you guys came here to see. Let's see how accurate this little brawler is. I'm gonna start out using just the regular old 7.5 shot, and then we'll go from there. See how many of these clay pigeons we can knock off this target with. Two, three, four at a time. That ain't bad. Reload it, then we'll move on to trying the buckshot out. Oh wow. Well, I knocked it off with that last shot, but I have one that was pretty neat. Just knocked the center out of it. Just had the outside ring on the target. Don't know if you guys saw that or not, but it was pretty cool. So I'll load up 2 or 3 more. We'll try this Hornady home defense. That's a fun little gun. That really is. So, I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to call it on this video. I want to put up a fresh target out there, and I want to see on paper what each one of these spreads look like. I'm at 5 to 7 yards somewhere where I'm standing right now. I didn't range find it or step it out, but I'll see in just a minute. Okay. Last thing, I swear, and we'll move on. I'll win the video. Quick little breakdown of this thing and call it a day. So we're going to start 7.5 shot. Go top left. Buckshot. Top right. Critical home defense, bottom left. .12 gauge. Critical home defense. Or sorry, it is personal defense, not critical. We'll do bottom right. And then we'll do the 8 shot, dead center with the 12 gauge. Throw those last 2 in there for fun. All right, let me get you situated here. There we go. Let's go look at it. So I hope you guys did enjoy this for the most part. So all this right here, this was that 7.5 shot 410. This right here was the shorty 12 gauge. And then here was the buckshot. Looks like a couple of them might have traveled down here. And then right here was that critical defense wad. And then right here, let me back it up a little bit. I might not have you in view, but right here was the 12 gauge critical defense or personal defense, whatever it's called. I'll walk over here and double check it real quick and see. So, be easier if I just show you guys. Federal personal defense in the shorty 12 gauge shotgun. Sorry if I seem like I'm looking off somewhere else. There's a helicopter flying around in circles and I'm not used to that. Anyways, my take on this guy. So, this is a fun gun to shoot, in my opinion. Ah, got it to lock. I was wondering if that'd work. As far as using it for personal defense, got mixed emotions about it. You know, if you've got one bad guy coming after a good guy, the downside I see is the reloads. So you got heavy recoil in a 410 shotgun in a pistol version, so it's got a little bit heavier recoil to it. As long as you've got a pocket full of shells, I mean, yeah, time wise I wouldn't use it. Is it cool? Yeah, I like the concept. Is it something you could use? Sure. Just like with anything, you hear it all the time in all these videos, as long as you train with what you have, you should be golden. I mean, you can put a sight on it. There's things you can do. Me personally, I have it just to have it. I wouldn't use it unless, you know, I'm been out here shooting gophers with it for the funs of it. And that's pretty much the extent of what I'd use it for, is to shoot gophers at. To be able to shoot gophers with it is what I would use it for. It packs a hefty little punch. Like I said, for personal defense, I don't know that I would use it for that. But if it's what you got and what you can use, train with it, get efficient with it, work through your plan on how you're going to handle the reloads and all that fun stuff. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to make a couple more. I'm going to try and put a few more rounds through the DY9. You guys are probably tired of seeing DY9 videos, but you know, I'm going to shoot it, post it. Why not? Ain't going to hurt nothing. So anyhow, do the things, like, subscribe, share it with your friends if you think it's worth sharing. If not, then so be it. Whatever. Anyhow, I'll see you guys in the next video. Hope you have a good one. Like, subscribe. We'll talk at you later.